Hi everybody, welcome back to our summer scrapbook mini album. I'm so excited. I have not recorded in I don't know how long. I'm in my new house. I think it's been about a month, so I'm sorry this project took so long to record, but we're almost done. And I just started my spine and I realized I probably should show you a little bit how to make it because it's a little different than some of my others. But anyway, this is, I repeat, my design team project for Country Craft Creations using the beautiful, on the cover, Summer Market from Cartabella. And I know we're getting into autumn, but I'm sure you have some summer pictures. It's still early September, so it's technically still summer. In any event, so we've already made all our pages. Before I moved, and now I'm in my new place and I have made my cover. You can refer to my Construction Basics video for how to make mini album covers, and there's not going to be a cutting guide for this because I just haven't had time to put it together and I don't want to waste any more time. I want to get this out. So to make your cover, you want to cut, follow that video. Your measurements for the front and back are 9.5 by 7.25. You'll need 2 of those, and 9.5 by 1.25 for the spine. So go ahead and make your cover. I wrapped mine in the craft and then just put a little partial liner there in the craft. Okay, so go ahead and make that. And then for your spine, you need a piece 7.25 wide by 8.75 high. And then you want to score it, and I've already folded my first one, but you want to score it at 1 inch, then at 1/4 inch, then score a 1/2 inch, a 1/2 inch, a 1/4, 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, 1/4, 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, 1/4, 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, 1/4, 1 inch. Okay? And then you're going to ignore that first 1/4 score line. For more details on how exactly to do this, you can refer to my How to Make Hinges, but I wanted you to see how I put this one together, because usually I do like 3/8 of an inch between. In this case I did just the 1/4. Alright, so I am just going to go ahead and fold these. If I could find, there it is. I don't know where half my stuff is yet, but we're getting there. I have a one of those cube storage units coming today, 3x3, so that should help matters, because I just have some boxes I can't unpack at this point. I don't know where to put the stuff. And then I have other things that I have unpacked, but I don't know what I was thinking. I put them in, didn't put the things in, I don't know, in the best places. So I need to kind of rearrange a little bit. But we'll get there. This room is, cat hair. This room is smaller than my last craft room. However, my last craft room was also a guest room, and this one is not. So I think I'll actually end up with more space overall. It's also my work from home office, but that's fine. The table that I'm using, the desk, is narrower than my old desk, front to back. So that may actually work in your favor, or maybe I won't be off screen so much. But it is wider, so I have a little bit more room side to side. Little 1/4 inch spaces seem so small to me, but we don't have a lot of bulk on our pages, so I think it will be enough. I hope it'll be enough. If it's not, I'll let you know. So don't cut anything until I get my pages on. If I want you to make it wider, I'll fill you in. Alright, so there we go. Alright, and I need to place a order with Country Craft Creations. I've already placed one since I've been here for some card stuff, but I really need some score tape and some score tape sheets. And they were out of stock when I placed the other order, but they're back in, so I need to order that. I also ordered a really adorable Christmas collection, which I'll show you. I really wanted to get the fall as well, because as you may know, that's my favorite. But I don't know how much time I'm going to have to do that. I have another project to do, another design team project that's super cute coming up, and I think at that point I'm going to want to do Christmas, just because last year I did so many autumn albums that I really didn't do much Christmas because I didn't have time. I was well into December and I was still working on autumn stuff. Putting some tape. Normally I would use score tape sheets for this, but I don't have any. So tomorrow is payday, and I'm going to place an order immediately for score tape and score tape sheets. All I have right now is 1/4 inch, which is fine for this, but I need 3/8 and I need sheets. Now I try to avoid normally getting any tape where the pages pivot, but I don't have any 1/8 inch either. All I have is this 1/4, so I'm probably going to end up with some on those seams, which I normally try to avoid. Be careful when you're putting your adhesive here not to go past the top or bottom of this piece. You will not be able to hide it. Okay. Well, then you can see it's a little wrinkly. I think I pulled my tape too tight, but it'll be all right when we put it down. Now you want to put tape on either side of these fins. We'll have to see how things go with recording in this room, depending on my daily schedule, because I'm upstairs. My new house has 2 stories, and this room has sliding glass doors off to my left out onto a little balcony, and from that window from here, like if I turn my head and look out there, I can actually see just a little ways away a school. And every afternoon, and actually whenever they have announcements, I can hear the announcements because they blare them really loud. They must be incredibly loud when you're actually at the school, because I'm not that close to it. But I can actually hear the announcements, and in the afternoon, they announce to the staff, the teachers, which students to let go to the buses, students riding this bus or that bus. It goes on for about 20 minutes or half an hour. I think you'll be able to hear it. We'll see. But I don't mind it. It's fine. And then my old house, I was very close to a hospital. And with this house, I'm also very close to a hospital, about the same distance. But this one seems to be right in the flight path of their helicopter landing pad. So every now and then, not too often, thank God, somebody has to come by helicopter, and it's pretty loud going over the house. They're very low. But we shall see. Okay. And then the last thing that I want to do is, I don't think I do. Normally I trim these corners, but I actually made this a full 1/4 inch shorter than the pages. I shouldn't need to. Let's see. Oh yeah, those are going to slide on easy. We won't need to trim those. Whoops, hit the light. Okay, so let's put this on. Now, when you're making your cover, let me just give you one tip. In the video where I show you how to make the cover, I have you center any seam in your paper on the back, on the spine. But this spine's really narrow and I didn't want to do that. So what I did is I glued two 12 by 12 pieces of paper together. And you can see the seam is here on the back. And then I put my front cover piece 1 inch from the left edge. And then I put my spine, the 1/4 inch, and then another 1/4 inch space, and then the back. And that put this piece on the back instead of right on the spine. It doesn't really matter, but I just thought it would look better with such a narrow spine. Okay. Just pulled that off before I was ready. All right, I'm just eyeballing. I want this centered side to side and top to bottom. That actually looks pretty good from where I'm sitting. I may be completely wrong, but so what I'm going to do is kind of hold it in place and pull off some of these. Just put it down. There we go. And I make the mistake of not emptying my little waste paper basket before I started, and it is overflowing from just unpacking paper and stuff like that. So I need to do that because it won't be long before my kitties discover that I have these fun little strips that they love. Okay, and then we're just going to let that fall down. Okay, and just so you know, I didn't mention it, but you have that extra 1/4 inch score that I told you not to fold. The reason for that is it lines up with the edge of your spine, and that'll help you center this on the spine. Looks good. Okay, let me get these out of the way. All right, and we are going to do something with these inside covers. But let's go ahead and put our pages in. Oh, I'm so excited to be crafting again. It's been so long. All right, so I just want to double check because I can't remember the order that I did these in. It's been that long. Okay, I remember these two faced each other, so that's right. And I think that was my back page. Okay. All right, I think I had them in the right order. If I didn't, I'm happy with the order I have. So, all right, so what I'm going to do is just peel back a little. Can you see? I just peel back a little bit of this tape on the one side. I'm going to put this, usually I start in the back. I don't know why I'm starting in the front, but I'm starting in the front. And you want this centered top to bottom. And you don't want it right at the base because the pages will move more freely. And then I'm just pressing there. And then I'm going to pull this piece out, reline it up, and press. Good. Okay. And I don't know if I have tools that have not surfaced yet. Okay, there we go. This one did, however. All right. And then we're going to reach in here and get this piece of tape and press it down. Good. Okay, now we have this one. I'm just going to repeat the process. Peel up a couple of inches, fold it down so we have a little tail sticking out. And you want to line this up top to bottom with this one. And again, not all the way down. Oops, okay. Okay, that happens. Turn it around. You know what happened with that? I think I used... No, I didn't. I used a whole piece. It just tore on me. Okay. And put that down there. And I'll drop that one on the floor. Hang on. Oh, nothing can stay on the floor with kitties. Okay. There we go. All right. How's that? That looks good. That. Okay. And then we have this one. It's going to go here. I really like these ones where I just left the craft visible. Although I like this one too. It's just a different look. This one's being stubborn. There we go. Probably should burnish these. I'll go back through and do that. All right, and here is this one. Just double checking. I can't remember if this went this way or that way. It went, yeah, I think it went this way. Okay, either way, it looks fine. There we go. So cute. Out of there. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and give these a little burnish. Okay, there we go. Now, whoop, no, I never burnished this after I put that down, the spine down. Let's do that. Okay, so I would go ahead and do this burnish fold of your spine before you put your pages in, but I was so excited I forgot. Okay, there's that one. I like the size of this. It just feels good. It's not too big, not too bulky. Okay. Now, so we need to figure out our inside, front, and back covers, and of course our front and back covers, and our closure. If we're going to do a closure, I'm not sure it even needs one, but we'll see. So what I'm thinking is I definitely want to do a pocket. Now I know we haven't done any pockets or flaps or anything in this book because it's kind of meant to be a scrapbook more than a mini album, but inevitably, especially in a book that doesn't have a lot, I mean it's not that big, there's not room for tons and tons of photos, you're going to have some extra photos that you want to have with these. So I got adhesive on that. I think we should do a pocket here with a flap. Maybe even a double pocket with a flap, just so you can tuck some things in, because it's so tall. So yeah, let's do a double pocket here with a flap. And then on the inside front cover, I think maybe we're just gonna mat it. And that way you could do your journaling on the inside front cover to talk about what's in, what's to come, what the event was, and that kind of thing. All right, so let's start back here. Let's do these. And my blue ruler I had in my hands an hour ago, but now I can't find it. And I love my blue ruler, so I have to find it. I don't know what I did with it. But I do have the 18-inch version, which is absurdly large. However, I bought it by mistake. Okay, so let's decide how high do we want these double pockets to be. Maybe a 4, like a finished size of 4. So that would be that one, and then a 5, 4 and a 5, and then a flap. I think that'll work. Okay, so we want get this out of the way. And how wide is it? So we don't want to interfere with that at all. So let's make our pocket 7. All right, so to the width of the pocket you need to add an inch, so it's going to be 8. And I said I wanted finished sizes of 4 and 5. So I need 8 by 4.5 and 8 by 5.5. I'm going to need a new sheet for that. I'm using artisan cardstock from Country Craft Creations, of course. In craft. So I need 8 by 4.5, 8 by 5.5. Okay, move this aside. I keep looking around this room, and it definitely has potential. I might need a room in this room for a small work table in the middle of the room, but I'm not sure I want to do that. It might make it feel too cramped. We shall see. Okay, so here is my 8 by 4.5, and I am going to score one long edge at a 1/2 inch, and both short edges at a 1/2 inch. Whoops. Okay, and I'm going to do the same with the larger piece. Here we go. My little scissors. Hang on. There we go. Okay. And then we're just going to trim the corners. I'm just thinking, because I am so short of score tape, I might use glue to put these down. So that goes like that. Let's do this one. this one. And this one is going to go right on top of this one. So I think I'm going to use the tape. I have enough of the quarter. Except, of course, that I just stuck it off to the side. What do I do with it? There it is. And then this is going to get attached to this. That one keeps wanting to come up a little bit. That. Put that on a little crooked. It's all right. And we're going to repeat that process. Okay. Oops. And now I'm going to put this whole assembly here at the bottom on the back. It's going to be good. And I'm just going to put it up a hair from the bottom and in a hair from the right side. Oops. Put it down too soon. There we go. And then, of course, we're going to come back and map that. And then here, I'm trying to decide. I mean, I know what I'm going to do. I just need to decide on a paper. I'm trying to decide if I want to do craft or if I want to do a design paper. I think I want to do a design paper. So let's see what we got. We also need to do our covers, so I have to bear that in mind. What we have, I just wonder if the lemons, I don't think I have quite enough of the lemons. They kind of pick up on that nicely, but I just don't have enough. I do have that, but I think it's too contrasty with that. That's kind of nice. Okay, so that's a possibility. I have this piece, but I'm thinking this would be really good for the back or the front cover. So I don't want to use that. I'm going to set that aside. So I didn't like that piece. We have the floral, but I've cut it up for fussy cut, so I don't really have enough of that. It works, but it doesn't add anything particularly. Same there, it doesn't really do anything for that. Oops. I hope you can see what I'm doing. Sorry, I just realized I was way off. That's really cute. Okay, so let's. That's a definite possibility. This is a definite possibility. I had this piece set aside because I liked it so much. I think I might use this on the covers as well. So we have this, which picks up on that, but I think it might be too much, but maybe in conjunction with that. No, I don't want that. We might add that as a journaling piece. think I'll save that for maybe the back cover, back inside cover. And I don't want that. Okay. So I think we've narrowed it down so that we have these pieces. So maybe if we put this piece down first and then that on top. Do we want another mat on top of that? Maybe like a triple mat? I think that's kind of nice. Maybe that's what we'll do. All right, let's get started here. All right, so this was 9.5 by 7 1/4. So I want to cut 9 1/4 by 7. That's better. Okay, so 9 1/4 by 7 for that first piece. And then a little too much of it showing, but I do want enough of it to matter. I think because it's so bold, even 1/8 is probably enough. So 9 1/4 by 7, I'm going to cut this one 9 by 6 3/4. All right, so that's going to go there. Okay. And then do I want to put this as well? I'm going to cut this piece, but I don't know if I'm going to use it. All right, so this is 9 by 6 3/4. I'm going to do 8 by 5 3/4 on this. Still haven't decided on that, but I think I'm probably going to do it. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm going to glue these two together first, and then we'll go from there. I'm just going to center this side to side. Whoops. Well, center it. Let's try that again. Good. Grab a baby wipe. And let's bring this back and decide if we want to use that light green or not. Going to go there, and we have the option of adding that or not. I'm going to do it. You can leave it off if you want. It's kind of a bold choice, but because remember, you can take and put a piece of craft or something like that on top of this piece of green, or a photo or something to journal on, whatever you want to do, however you end up using this inside cover. So if you think it's too bold, you can always tone it down. Piece is small, but something that you could journal and a photo, title, whatever you want to do. But I just like that added touch. Breaks up that broad expanse. That looks good. All right, let's glue that in. my nail. Got a little of that sticking out, but that's okay. There we go. All right, there's our inside front cover. Let's see, so we just need to map these pockets and this, but I think we probably ought to put something on our covers. All right, I'm gonna stop here, pick out some stuff for the covers, and then keep going. All right, I shall be back just a few seconds for you. Okay, I am back. It took me a little while because when I went to cut my covers, I realized that I had no charge left on my phone, which is what I record my videos. So I went ahead and charged that and cut some things. I'm just looking at these little cut aparts. I'm going to cut those too. All right, so originally I cut this stripe and I was going to use it on the cover, and you could. But then I flipped it over, and I love these little campers. So I'm going to use the campers. And then I used the same strip for the spine. And let me measure those pieces. All right, so 9 3/8 by 7 1/8, and this is 9 3/8 by 1 1/8. So I'm gonna, now I have these out, and I think I'm gonna use, I think I might use this little checkerboard to make a tie closure. This little gingham, I don't know why I call it checkerboard, little gingham ribbon. It's super cute. I think that would be really adorable. I wonder if should we use a double? No, I think I'll just use the single. Okay. So I want to put this down underneath here first. So let me grab, oh, I never put the pin back in my glue. Oh, well, that's all right. Grab my tape. All right, people, what did I do with my tape? There it is, right in front of me. And I'm just eyeballing. Probably could measure. All right, hang on. All right, so this is 9 1/2. So I want it to be, hang on, 4 3/4, right? I'm just sort of eyeballing it. Put it in the middle. Go. And this ribbon is from Country Craft Creations. If you get this same ribbon, and I would, it's super cute. It does have a right side and a wrong side, so be careful of that when you're putting it down. Unless you don't care, because they're not that different. Okay, there we go. And one thing about my new house, of course it's good for you because it's quieter, but there are no ceiling fans in this house. It's the strangest thing. In Florida, like, there's ceiling fans everywhere. Outside, inside, you name it. For whatever reason, there aren't any. And there isn't even any, like, electrical socket up there to add one. So it is warm in this room, but it's okay. That really well. We're going to add some other things to this cover, but you know what, do check to make sure you're putting that on right side up, which I did not, but fortunately I did. Put it on right side up. Okay. And this one is going to go on the spine. One reason I decided to turn it over and use the campers, besides the fact that I really like the campers, is no matter how I cut this up, I was ending up with Best Summer Ever on the cover. And I probably still will, because that's what the cut apart says. But honestly, I can't think of anybody who would declare summer of 2020 the best summer ever, but there you go. Maybe somebody had a better summer than most, although mine wasn't. I mean, well, yeah, it was pretty bad. I guess everybody's was pretty bad. Okay, there we go. Cute. Cute, cute. Okay. And then, back, we have to put our ribbon. And I've left this ribbon just in one piece, and then I'll cut out what I don't need. All right, so that's that. Get our giant ruler. It's so bizarre because I had the regular one in my hand before I started recording, and I have just no idea what I did with it. And I don't know if you can see it on camera, but there's a kind of a rough edge to this ribbon selvage, and then there's a smoother, and the smoother side is the right side. Okay. All right. And I'm going to put the fruits on the back. Like that. And I want to make sure I've got them right side up, because these strawberries are directional. Oh, because I've got it a little crooked. There we go. Just getting that one there sticking up a little. There we go. Cute. All right. Now I need to figure out how much of this I actually need to tie a bow. And I want to cut it right about there. Okay. And cut this one the same. Is cute. Okay, now we still have to mat that inside pocket, so let's do that before we decorate the cover. And for a change, let me put my pin back in my glue. Alright. Alrighty, let's see. I have this one, which I think is a little narrow, but I could double mat that. So let's see. I have these little strawberries, really cute. Oh, and that's actually just about the right size for that pocket. A little bit small. Or we could put it in that one, which needs to be a little smaller anyway. Okay, so that's pretty good. I'm looking at some of my smaller pieces to see what I have. I left some. I have a little, you can't see it, but I have a little, like a plastic box over here, or acrylic box, whatever it is, that I put some of my stuff in. Alright, so let's see what we have. That's too small. My foam donuts. These are too small, but we might be able to use for little tags or something. Well, that's cut apart. We might want that. I don't think these are cut aparts. Alright, so I don't think any of these little pieces are going to work, but we might want them for decorating the cover. I think the lemons for this main piece at the top. Let's do the lemons that way. Let's do lemons like that. And then maybe that. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. All right, so for the pocket, this pocket, actually all of these need to be 6 3/4, and this one I want to be by about 6. Yikes. Okay. Get that out of the way. 6 3/4 by 6. Maybe 5 3/4. Okay. All right. So that's that one. And then the strawberries. What was this? 6 3/4? Hang on. Yeah, 6 3/4. Okay, so this one. I only need about 1.5 inches. By 6 3/4. And then for the little flower, these I need how much? 3 3/4. 6 3/4 by 3 3/4. I have a little shelf under this desk, and I almost put the cutter there, but it has a door on it. It's actually like a keyboard shelf. I know if I put that there and shut that door, I will never find it again. I'll be like, what did I do with that? Okay. All right. Gonna want to center that like that. That's cute. Oh, you know what? That's cute. Hang on. Maybe we want the green. Oh, I don't know. Now I'm confuzzled. Yep, I'm going with the green. I like it better. It's a little crooked. Let's get that a little straighter. It almost looks like I cut it crooked, doesn't it? All right, I'm just going to live with it as it is. Okay, so we have... I'm afraid that this one that says best summer ever is going to be the one that shows up the best, but let's see. Just double checking what I have here. So we have this piece in case we want to do some fussy cutting, and we have our little ribbon paper that we cut to make the roses, or flowers, or whatever they are. So we might want to use that. Let's pull those over. There's that one. Maybe one of these. All right, I'm just going to go ahead and cut all these cut aparts up so we have a better idea. Let me get this out of the way. Even though we only have half here, I might be able to tuck it behind something else. All right. So let's see. That, but I don't think so. Now that might be a good choice for this given summer. We'd have to mat it, but this one looks the best, but I just don't like that sentiment. I mean, normally I like that sentiment, but not for this summer. I think this may be the way to go. So let's see. I know I have somewhere. Here it is. All right, so I think we could mat this with this. So I'm going to cut this 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. So we'll mat that like that. Okay. And we'll put that down, and maybe we'll do, set aside my cut apart piece. We'll do some cut aparts and maybe a couple of our little ribbon roses. Okay, so let's glue these two together. Right. My baby wipe, there it is. Alright, so I'm thinking down there. I definitely want it more casual, so down there. And alright, so I'm gonna fussy cut a couple of these. I'll be right back. Okay, so when I went to shut off the video, I realized that it had stopped recording. So I'm not sure where it stopped, but I think when I was fussy cutting, I'm not sure, but let me fill you in on where we're at. So I double matted this. I fussy cut this piece here. It's a big piece, and then these little leaves. Glued this down, glued this down, glued the little leaves down, and then I made 3 more little flowers. Pink one, a yellow one, and then a smaller yellow one, the same as what we did on the inside, and just glued them there. I think that's all you missed. So let's just do a quick flip through. So you can see. There we go. So this was, for me, a long project just because of my circumstances, but it's not a difficult or a long project for you. It shouldn't take you too long, so it's a nice easy one, good if you're a beginner. And again, this was a design team project for Country Craft Creations using Summer Market from Cartabella, and also the Simple Stories Color Vibe Textured Cardstock Kit in Light. And this is all from Country Craft Creations, as well as Artisan Cardstock in Craft, this pretty ribbon. You can get everything at Country Craft Creations, and this is a design team project for Country Craft Creations. Thank you so much for putting up with the long process of getting you this new video. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you have fun making it. I've got a bunch of new projects coming up, and I have a couple of haul videos for you of things that I want to show you. So keep an eye out for those. Also, while I was moving, I hit the 5,000 subscriber mark. So thank you all so much. And when I get my act together, we will do a little something to celebrate. So thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoy making this, and don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss my next project. Thanks again for watching. Bye-bye.